In this segment, I'd like to talk about some different disc injuries that we often see caused by car wrecks, specifically bulging disc and herniated disc. Well, let's back up a second and quickly talk about the three things that we must prove in a personal injury claim. Number one, we have to show that the defendant is at fault for causing the wreck. Number two, that due to the defendant's negligence, our client was harmed. And then three, we have to prove what our client's injuries are and the damages that they sustained as they were caused by the wreck. Now I'm going to focus on that third requirement, the proof of our client's injuries. If a client is involved in a wreck and the crash causes a fractured arm or leg, that's very easy to diagnose. It may be a visible injury at the scene when the EMTs arrive, or it may show up on an x-ray in the emergency room. But injuries to your spine, to the disc in between your vertebrae, these may not be as easy to diagnose. And remember this, the human spine is divided into 5 sections: the cervical or the neck, the thoracic, the lumbar, the sacrum, and the coccyx. Depending upon the force of the car wreck, one or more parts of the spine can be injured. You can have a compression fracture to the vertebrae itself, or you can have damage to one or more of the disc. Let's talk about these discs in more detail. The body has 23 discs in the vertebrae. These discs are round cushions in between the vertebrae that act like a shock absorber. They have a shell and a liquid substance in the middle of the disc. I often describe it to our clients like a jelly-stuffed marshmallow. These discs also help to protect the spinal cord. Now, we hear people talking about a slip disc or a ruptured disc because of an injury. No matter what label you put on them, these injuries can be very painful and very problematic. Whenever we talked about a bulging disc, it simply means the disc has extended or bulged out of the space where it should normally be. There's no tear or rupture of the disc, and the jelly-like substance is still contained inside the disc. But a herniated disc, let's talk about that. This is a non-contained disc, meaning there is a tear or rupture present. And one problem could be the jelly-like substance leaks out of the disc into the spinal canal. The disc may lose its shock-absorbing capabilities, and it's no longer a cushion between the vertebrae. Both conditions can be painful. They can cause numbness, tingling, muscle weakness, and other disabling symptoms. The herniated disc can put direct pressure on the nerve root and cause pain to radiate throughout the person's body. The pain is not really in the disc area, but it radiates into the area in which the nerve travels. And this is what is called radicular pain. So a person could have a herniated disc in the lumbar level, say at L4-5, and the pain can radiate into the person's leg. Or they could have a herniated disc in the neck, the cervical region at C5-6, and have radicular pain shooting into the shoulder and down the arm. One thing to note, these injuries are often not diagnosed in the emergency room, mainly because the disc is invisible on an x-ray. A person needs a more advanced test, such as an MRI or a CT scan, to be able to see whether or not the disc has been compromised. And this is a great example of why a person should never assume they're completely okay after just an emergency room visit. X-rays are limited in what they can show. So if a person is having radiating pain into the arms or into the legs, I recommend you go to your doctor right away and tell them about this radiating pain. This will allow the doctor to make the referral necessary for more advanced testing. And please do not wait in doing this. These injuries can be very serious if not diagnosed or treated. All right, what is the typical treatment plan for these injuries? Well, it really depends upon the severity of the injury. Bulging discs may be treated with prescription medications, such as non-narcotic, non-steroidal drugs like ibuprofen. Others may require stronger prescriptions like narcotic drugs, Vicodin or Percocet. Physical therapy may also be prescribed, and doctors may recommend a course of physical therapy or chiropractic care after a period of bed rest. And if these treatments don't help, or if they provide only temporary relief, the next option may be ESIs for the patients. ESIs are epidural steroid injections. The doctor will insert a needle into the epidural space and inject a solution containing steroids. These drugs can have a great anti-inflammatory effect on the disc and the nerve root that can lessen the pain and increase function. Well, what happens if therapy, the painkillers and anti-inflammatories, and the epidural steroid injections are no longer helpful in alleviating the pain and discomfort from the herniated disc? Surgery may certainly be an option, and it really depends on the degree of the herniation and also whether or not any of the vertebrae itself has been damaged. Surgical options could include a laminectomy. The surgeon may remove part of the damaged vertebrae as well as any disc material causing pressure on the nerve root. Another may be microdiscectomy. The surgeon removes the damaged disc matter that is pressing against the nerve root. The third is a spinal fusion. The surgeon may remove the disc and join two or more vertebrae together. Now, I know this is a lot of information for you to consider. Bottom line, if you're hurting, please do not delay in going to see the doctor. Go see your doctor and tell him or her about all of your injuries and pain. And remember, you only have one chance, one shot to get all the cash and benefits to which you're entitled if you've been injured in a car wreck or at work. And I encourage you, do not try and take on the insurance companies by yourself. Look, you have absolutely nothing to lose by calling me, but think of all you can lose if you don't.